Today's topic is transmissibility due to support motion. So to understand this topic, let us understand this figure. If you look at this picture, there is a machine and there is a foundation which are connected by a spring and a damper, and the foundation is vibrating in a harmonic motion. Why it is harmonic? Because y a 0 sin omega t. So this foundation is in a motion of cyclic motion or periodic motion. Then if it is having a displacement of ys, then as this part is connected to this foundation, so how much this machine will displace. Okay, so so displacement produced by the foundation will be transmitted to the machine. So the ratio of the displacement of the machine to the displacement of the foundation is called the transmissibility. So why this topic is very important? Because we come across a lot of situation where foundation vibrates due to lot of reason. That means the foundation may vibrate due to the earthquake shaking or due to the dynamic explosion. Okay, so all these due to all these factors, all these motions, some displacement occur in the superstructure or the machine or the connected part. So we want to know how much is the transmissibility. That means how much effect will be there on the connected part. Okay, so now let us begin this topic. So here the foundation is moving or vibrating in a harmonic motion like this. Ys is equal to ys0 sin omega t. Okay, so and then some vibration or some displacement will be in the machine also. So let us assume that the machine is vibrating. Okay, machine is vibrating by in the upward direction by y amount. So the degree of freedom will be in the upward direction here for both the foundation and the machine. Okay, now if I if we draw the free body diagram of the machine, because our concern is the machine. Okay, so because we want to know what will be the displacement, this y. Okay, so let us draw the free body diagram of the machine. Okay, now suppose this y is greater than this ys. So when this machine will be moving in the upward direction, some this foundation will be also moving in the upward direction. So the relative displacement will be uh, this y minus ys. Okay, so that means the machine is moving in the upward direction by y amount, and y is bigger, and foundation is also moving in the upward direction by ys amount. So there will be some relative displacement, that is y minus ys, because the spring will be compressed by y minus ys amount, and the force will be experienced by the spring for this displacement, and the for the damper also the force will be due to the this displacement. Okay, so the machine will be subjected to the this force k into y minus ys, and due to the damper c into y dot minus ys dot. Now this machine has a should have a mass. Okay, so the machine is moving in the upward direction, so due to this upward direction movement, it will experience some inertia force in the downward direction. Because it is moving in upward direction, so it will experience a downward inertia force. So it will be m into y double dot, not this m into this y double dot minus ys double dot. So it will only experience this amount of inertia force. Okay, because this inertia force depends on the displacement of this machine. Okay, now spring will experience force due to the relative displacement, and also the damper will experience the force due to the relative displacement. Okay, so now if we write the equation of motion or equilibrium motion equation, then it will be my double dot plus c y dot minus ys dot plus k into y minus ys. This is equal to 0 now. So for my double dot plus cy, so our concern is about this y, so plus ky is equal to cys dot plus kys. Now ys is equal to ys0 sine omega t, so ys dot will be equal to ys0 omega cos omega t. Okay, so let us put it here. C y and omega ys0 cos omega t plus k ys0 sin omega t. Okay, now we can make a different format, like if we assume, so let us assume that k c is sin omega t cos alpha, cos omega t sin alpha in this format. So kys0 is equal to cos f naught cos phi. Okay, and this c omega ys0 is equal to f naught sin phi. So now we can write my double dot plus cy dot plus ky is equal to f naught sin omega t cos phi plus cos omega t sin phi, or we can write f naught sin omega t plus phi. So this is the equation. Okay, so here this equation is similar to the equation what we have solved, like you have solved this equation in the starting of force vibration. My double dot plus cy dot plus ky is equal to f naught sine omega t. So similarly here this term is extra, so we can write, so the solution will be, the solution will be y is equal to y is equal to f naught by m. This will be p square minus omega square whole square plus 2n omega whole square. So this will be under the root. Okay, then sine omega t plus phi. So this solution is the steady state solution. We have ignored the complementary part. So this is the steady state solution. So for this part I will suggest you to go through the derivation of the force vibration, the first equation. Okay, so you can understand then. Okay, now you can find this f naught from these two equations. So if we square both sides and if we add them, then your f naught will be equal to this k into ys 0 square plus c omega ys 0 square. Okay, so you can put it here directly. So here let us put it y is 0 square plus c omega y is 0 square. This is f naught, so let us put the denominator. So this p square minus omega square 2n omega whole square. Okay, sine omega t plus phi. Okay, here we can take out p square outside of the root. So let us do it in the next page. So it will be uh, y is equal to, so y is equal to this ky is 0 square plus this then mp square, then this under root 2 n omega, so 2 n by p omega by p square. I hope this part you can understand, because this is done in the derivation of the force vibration, first equation of the force vibration. So if you don't understand this part, just go through the lecture, that lecture. Okay, so now uh, let us, what is this mp square? Mp square is equal to k equal to mp square. So um, this is k. So what we can do, so if this is k, then we can take this in the so no, okay, ignore. So if it is k, then write it k, then 1 minus omega by p square plus 2n by p omega by p square, then take this k outside. So it will be simply k, because k square will be outside here, and with the root it will be only k. So this will be only this part. It will be uh, okay. You can also consider this y as 0. Okay, so it will be y as 0 into k. Okay, then 1 plus, then this will be mm, uh, c omega by k square. Okay, let me repeat this. So we will take k outside of this, from this numerator, and also the y is 0. So y is 0, if it comes out of the bracket, then it will be y is 0 square. So if under the root, if it comes out from the under the root, then it will be only y is 0. And similarly k. So if we take out this k outside of this bracket, then it will be k square, and here there is no k, so we have to divide. Okay, then that means we are multiplying k square here, and we are dividing by k square. So that means same cancel, in that will be cancelled. Okay, and that k square will be taken out from this under the root. Okay, so it will be this. Now as we all know, what is this, omega by p is eta, and n by p is equal to xi, and what will be this, c omega by k, that will be equal to that c into omega by a, k means mp square. So that means we can write c into 2 into c by 2m into omega by p square. That means c by 2m is what, c by 2m is n, so n omega by p square. So similarly 2 into n by p omega by p, so it will be 2 into n by p is equal to xi, and omega by pi equal to eta. So what we can write here, so y is equal to, there is a term sine omega t plus phi. Okay, so y, here also sine omega t plus phi. Okay, then cancel, then this will be y is 0 root under 1 plus 2 eta xi square, and this will be simply 1 minus eta square whole square plus 2 eta xi square into sine omega t plus phi. So or we can write y by y is 0 is equal to, or you can take this sine omega t plus phi also if you want, but let us ignore this. So let us consider only this one. So it will be simply 1 plus 2 eta xi square this. So maximum value, so this is the actually transmissibility, or we can write is rightly transmissibility r. So it will be, okay, so uh, the maximum value of this ratio, that is the maximum value of this transmission will be on when the sine omega t plus phi will be equal to 1. So the term transmissibility defines that the ratio of maximum displacement produced to the connected part of the machine due to the motion of the support. Okay, it should be maximum, then only we can say that this is a transmissibility. So for transmissibility, this tr will be equal to simply this. Okay, so this is the our transmissibility. So if you remember this equation, you can solve numerical based on this equation directly. Okay, so in the next class, on the next topic, we'll find the transmissibility due to the motion of the machine. If the machine vibrates, then how much vibration will be transmitted to the foundation. So that is our next topic. So both the topic is important, so you have to remember here that this equation. Okay, so if you have any doubt, you can raise your question in Google Classroom, or you can contact me by WhatsApp also. Thank you.